Hi, you okay?
Yes, I'm okay. I told you, the clap didn't pick
It was
up,
so
so I had to.
visceral. I was
So I
like a
just had to
scream
kick
of
him real
pain.
fast.
Yeah, Weiser just kicked me in the back of the head, and
Oh
I
my
lost
god.
consciousness for point 0.3
Why
seconds.
is this here too?
Yeah,
That's how
hi!
we're introducing.
Hello.
Sorry, if you wonder why Tan's freaking out, it's because instead of a clap sync, I had to yell really loud, and he
He
thought
didn't
I
just.
was in distress.
You sounded like in pain.
I was in
It was,
pain
it
because
was
I read
genuine. It was
the
like
title for the
ah!
chapter this week, and you didn't even spell Dragon's name right again.
It was like a Half-Life scientist being killed.
Oh my
Oh,
god. You're
ah!
about to have half a life, buddy, if you keep it up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, alright. So, last time on Aetheral Space, someone was fighting, I think. Shall we begin?
Why is the surely remembers? Right.
Oh, yes, quite. There was a lot of near simultaneous punching of everyone.
Well, there you have it.
Everyone was kung fu fighting, in short.
That's what you should call the chapter. Yeah. Alright. You want to start us off?
Alright. Forgiveness Irons was a lucky man. You might wonder how that can be true. It's understandable. After all, Nebula 10 was defeated by his enemies in the UAP and brought to heel. He had implants put in his brain to keep him under control, and was tasked with defending the institutions he once sneered at. Even if you were to ignore the invasive medical procedures, the level of humiliation alone was staggering. Still, Forgiveness Irons was a very lucky man. 1. He'd survived one of Dragon Hadrian's strongest attacks at nearly point-blank range. 2. He'd survived a fall through the wreckage of the Seed of Man, landing intact in the now exposed underworld of the government building. 3. He'd landed at the feet of the one man who could set him free.
Jesus Christ.
Nain smiled thinly, raising
Not
a hand
Jesus.
crackling with sinister black aether. It was getting about time for him to start heading for Ultraviolet Tower. While we had a minute, there was no reason not to help a person in need.
It's interesting you use we here. Assuming you didn't mean he, does that mean that Nyan is with the audience?
He does talk to the audience in the monologue. We've seen this before.
Yeah. Looks at the camera and
It was a
shrugs.
mistake, but I'm going to keep it because it slaps.
Okay.
He is one of the narrators.
That is true. An unreliable one at best.
Would you like to?
Oh, yeah. We can just popcorn at the lines here. Very nice. Dragon Hadrian barely had time to register that he had been punched before he was punched again. Second strike was an uppercut into his stomach, sending him flying up into the ceiling. Scratch that, crashing through the ceiling, piercing into the next floor like a cannonball before he could recover control over his flight. Blue aether hissed from above. Pink aether snarled from below. As Dragon looked down, his demolished eye already being pushed out its socket by a replacement, he got his first glimpse of his assailant. A dark-skinned man in ceremonial gold armor that exposed his midriff, staring at Dragon with bright pink eyes, pupils shrunk to their utmost with malice. He'd reclaimed his bloody spear, holding it in one hand. His other arm was missing. Jamilu Aguta, Dragon thought grimly. Nebula too. No, Dragon Hadrian realized. This was not Jamilu Aguta. The expression and behavior did not match prior knowledge. This was clearly one of the old demons of the Dawn, known as Victory. The second born of the group, Wisdom's attack dog, the third to fall to the corruption of the Eon. This is like when they gave Sukuna all those, fake-ass feats. He took down the family.
The 5 empty generals.
Hold on. We know Victory, though. He exists outside this paragraph. It's not fair.
Dragon cringed as he felt the... Yeah, okay.
I'm not
Dragon
gay.
cringed-
I'm not gay.
Okay, gay, honey. Dragon cringed as he felt the prince provide the additional information. It was like having someone whisper to you in a voice that was just slightly unlike your own. He'd much rather it just talk like a robot than pretend to be his inner monologue. Oh well. If it ended up trying anything, he had Pan. Without her in his head, he'd never have been bold enough to claim the prince personally. Dragon's old eyeball splatted on the floor far below. Without looking, Victory adjusted his footing and crushed it beneath his boot, smearing it onto the ground. The demon's face remained blank, locked into murder mode. Do we have a problem? Dragon called down, eyes narrowed. Victory's grin spread out into a thin, humorless grin. Ooh, grin twice? We kill people for that.
he just grinned even more. He was so happy.
There you go. Oh, wow, you're the Supreme, aren't you? I only came here because I sensed that thing. Think I get to take you out too? Must be my birthday. That thing. He knew about the prince. Dragon Hadrian realized he needed to kill this thing immediately. It would be difficult, but not impossible. The prince had information on Victory's combat tactics and abilities. Given the new level of power and control Dragon had acquired, he should be able to destroy that spear and eliminate the enemy for good. Dragon raised his fists, and then froze as he felt a deathly presence behind him. He turned his head and saw that, outside the window, floated another enemy. Fei Long, strongest man of the UAP, the supreme without supremacy. Seriously? North was meant to be keeping him trapped in an illusion. Something happened? What the hell was going on in Serendipity? Shit! Dragon was confident in his ability to take on Victory alone. But Victory and Nebula won? Perhaps just a little bit unfair.
No,
We're outnumbered 2-1.
Save me.
It is an even fight.
It's 3-2. He's got Pan and the Prince. He's fine.
We outnumber
It's
him.
like,
It's
wait,
an even
more
fight.
allies, please.
Quick, I need another headmate. Lend me some strength.
Archivist, lend me some smarts.
Oh yeah, he's got the Archivist too. We haven't heard that fucker in a while.
Toy Muzazi was beginning to accept that Zepkoa wasn't coming back. He'd been trapped in this packed atrium for hours now, surrounded by the frightened masses, sealed on this level by the automatic defenses. The security forces were doing their best to keep the people calm, but the frequent rumbles of explosions from above and the sight of the Shishanaga in the sky were undermining their efforts. They were fish packed in a barrel. Muzazi lowered his script to his side. He tried calling Morgan. No answer. Perhaps the communications were down, or perhaps something had happened to him. Hey! Muzazi snapped his up towards the ceiling as yet another explosion shook the building. Damnation. Without a doubt, there was a battle going on up there. Couldn't just keep waiting here. He turned to his temporary companion, the medic named Rico. The young man had finished helping the injured, and was now sitting on the floor against the rim of the fountain, looking out at the silent city with a pale, worried face. I'm going, said Muzazi. Is that okay as a voice?
That was a good Muzazi.
Yeah.
I don't remember what Rico sounds like, though.
Rico sounds a little bit like Meowth.
That thought North was Meowth.
So much
And
Meowth
Victory.
representation.
Every cheeky character morphs into Meowth very quickly.
It's all I've got, okay? You're welcome to spin up a new voice for him right now. It's your prerogative.
I don't know.
Going! Rico echoed, glancing up at him. Going where? There's clearly a conflict further up in the building, Muzazi replied, standing up straight. I'm going to do what I can to help. Better than standing here, at least. Are you crazy? Rico hissed, eyes wide. It's chaos up there. You'll get yourself killed. Muzazi simply sighed and turned, pushing his way through the crowd as he made his way towards the fleet of elevators at the back of the great hall. Rico stood, watching him go in bemusement. Right at the edge of the crowd, though, right at the boundary between the civilians and the line of guards keeping them orderly, Muzazi paused. Yes, he said. Far behind him, Rico furrowed his brow. Yes, the toy Muzazi repeated. I'm probably crazy.
Damn.
He stepped free of the crowd, and was immediately stopped as a security officer planted a hand against his chest. Stay back, sir, the man said. The incident is being dealt with. I need you to just stay put while we get an evacuation route sorted. My name is Atoy Muzazi, Muzazi said quickly, stares of recognition boring into his back. I was invited here by Jean Perrault, of the Department of Efficiencies. Call him if you don't believe me. I can help. I'm able.
How funny would it be if the guard just stopped him and was stronger than Muzazi right now?
It's like,
Save that little trophy.
I said you're not getting on the elevator. Finally, a worthy opponent. My name
Nebula
is my
Zero?
name's Man. Officer Man.
Standing on business.
Look at my badge. Officer B Man.
Holy shit! Get him.
I didn't know you were still alive! The great veteran.
You are boring, man.
Guard looked away. Game Perot? He asked quietly. That's right, Muzazi nodded. Put him on. He'll tell you to let me through, I swear. The guard looked around before lowering his voice further. I'm very sorry. We had a report not long ago. Panic room Mr. Pro was taking shelter in. Destroyed. Current thinking is survival seems unlikely. Muzazi blinked. Huh? The guard's lips moved as he repeated himself, but Muzazi didn't hear him. All he could hear was a high-pitched ringing, growing louder and louder, as though something inside his ears was screaming. Cold sweat ran across his skin. For a moment, he felt nauseous. He's done it again. It didn't take a genius to figure out who had brought the Supreme's flagship here. The Supreme, Ragon Hadrian. He had come here, and he had killed James Perot. He had destroyed the feeble hope Muzazi had scraped together of saving a climate. He's done it again. Every time it was the same. Muzazi bolstered his revolve, drawing upon reserves he thought long since expended. And right as he took the first step, Ragon Hadrian was there to trip him up. Always him. Always like this. He's done it again! Hylas Breck, Alden, Panacea, the Dawn contest. Same trick. Over and over and over and over and over. And he fell for it every time. Again, again, again. This was the last time. Move. Muzazi murmured, barely audible. The guard stopped in the middle of his explanation. What? Muzazi looked up, eyes sparking with angry white aether. Move! He marched forward to the elevators, and as he did, he threw the man off to the side. The officer landed in an undignified heap.
Boring, man.
So easily. My goat is washed.
Fumbling his pistol free from his holster and pointing it at Muzazi. I see, he focused so much on quick drawing while still flying that he didn't have anything for the landing.
As expected.
Halt! He wasn't alone. Every guard in the area pulled their weapons out as well, pointing them at Muzazi as they spread out in a semicircle, the leader of the squad with his back to the elevator. Hands on your head! The squad leader barked, gray mustache quivering. Kneel on the ground! Muzazi kept marching. This is your last warning! Muzazi kept marching. This is... Ding! Muzazi stopped marching. The doors behind the squad leader... Squad leader slid open, and as they did, a heavy shadow fell upon him. There was a man in the elevator, a man who had just arrived. A huge man, wide-bellied and thick-armed, with pitch-black cloth draped over his face and a pair of massive scissors sheathed in the skin of his back. Nebula 10. Forgiveness Irons. Muzazi had never met him. He knew the human garbage by reputation. The squad leader turned his head to look at the new arrival, his expression relaxing a little as he saw who it was. But only a little. Nebula 10, he let out breath. Good. We have someone here who we believe is involved with the incident upstairs. If you could take him into... Forgiveness Irons reached out and plucked the man's head off. Muzazi blinked. The action had been so smooth, so casual, that he almost hadn't recognized it as an attack. Squad leader's body dropped to the ground, delicately decapitated, and Forgiveness Irons raised the head resting in his palm to inspect it. Oh. Forgiveness Irons spoke. His voice wasn't anything like what Muzazi had expected. Expected something gruff and hoarse, filled with malice, like a demon crawled out of hell. The voice that came from beneath Forgiveness Irons' cloth, however, was soft and breathy, utterly unsuited to his hulking body. There was no comfort. The contrast between his form and his words somehow only made him more uncanny. How did it feel, my friend? Forgiveness Irons whispered, looking up at the head in his hand. Are you frightened, even now? Or were you engorged at the end? Tell me, tell me. Alas, no voice to speak, no words to give.
Oh no, he's a theater kid.
He really is.
He's the most despicable human garbage.
He let the head drop. Honest contagion. And it splattered into a pile of meat slurry down below, tendrils of flesh gripping tight hold of the floor. The air itself seemed to take a deep breath at the gruesome sight. The crowd stared at the horror. Guards stared at the horror. Muzazi stared at the horror. And then the screaming started. The crowd behind Muzazi became a tidal wave, each and every person doing their best to get as far away from the madman as possible, regardless of what was in their path. Rico had to vault over the fountain's edge and land in the water to avoid being trampled. Even then it was a close thing. Muzazi himself was pushed backwards as the crowd poured over him. How was he getting pushed backwards? He's in front of the crowd.
He's no man for boring men.
Everyone's so panicked.
The sight of...
He was so panicked they went the other direction, then came back.
Quick! Towards him! We must get to the Oh, right. He's at the elevators.
That wasn't even near my hitbox.
The sight of the battle quickly growing smaller in his vision. He could break free, but in such cramped confines that would mean injuring the civilians around him. Not everyone had seen what had happened. Not everyone had heard it. The terror swept through the grand atrium like a wind. The screams bounced off the wall. Screams stretched up the cavernous ceiling. The screams screamed and screamed and screamed until they became a crescendo. One of the other guards cried, already firing wildly at Irons. Action! Engage, lethal! He didn't get to finish the sentence. Forgiveness Irons was upon him with such speed that someone of his size should not have possessed, and, again, with such casual ease. He tore the man in two with his bare hands.
I'm just imagining, you know that thing in anime where, like, the character's so fast they teleport and they've got, like, they're on their tippy toes with their arms spread
Yes,
out?
I love that shit.
Yes.
Where it's like slowly tilt forward and then they're gone.
Yeah, exactly that.
It's exactly
The
what you
scream
fucking
of terror became a strangled song of gristle, organs that the man had not possessed moments earlier spilling out of him and raining on the floor. Red and pink and green and purple,
Ew.
swirling together like toothpaste, the floor becoming soft and fleshy where it made contact. Yes, Irons said softly, even as bullets and plasma shots bounced off his skin. The chains that bound my neurons have slackened. What luck, what day, what foul recompense. Why weep, my beautiful friends? Scream is not a scream from the throat of benevolence. Holy shit, he is the theater kid.
He's such a theater. This is why it has nothing to do with the serial killer.
One of the neural implants was just the stop
character.
yapping implant.
That was his crime.
Nebula 1 saying he wasn't that easy to take down because he was so insufferable.
Oh my god.
He darted forward, scraping his hands through the floor as he went, kicking up twin trains of bloody dust. You mistake yourselves for the flesh doll's human, but oh no, kitten.
No!
He's a Discord mod!
He's
Welcome
gotta
back,
go.
Forgiveness Irons fans. I'll be live streaming shortly.
Oh fuck, go back.
That is delusion, that is arrogation. You must know the difference. Did you not hear it in the cradle? Knowledge faded. Ah, I weep. The plus of my eyes is all the proof you need that I am true. One guard turned to run. Mistake. Forgiveness leapt into the air and used him as a landing pad, compressing him into what was basically a human puddle. You are inside a stomach, green man, and you have been forevermore. Why fight your nature? Shit to be sad.
Hold on.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. Look inside my mouth and see where my shame is. Blood sprayed across the floor as Irons tore his scissors free from his back, charging at the last guard standing. The young man screamed in terror, firing useless bullet after useless bullet at the incoming death. This world is a great pig. This is its body, and this is its blood. The genitalia of reality brings no concern to those it entwines. With your death, the battle against God advances. With your death, you achieve meaning in this world. Be happy. Be true. The scissors came down. Amen. And met not flesh, light, radiant, ablaze. The barrier of shining swords burst from the floor, covering the area around Forgiveness Irons, cutting him off from the crowd beyond. Irons slowly cocked his head, but not at the newfound boundary. No, he was looking down at the man who had blocked his strike. Paladin, Forgiveness Irons murmured. I'm grateful to you, said Atoy Muzazi, his voice low, pushing against Irons with all of his strength. The guard beneath him retreated, scampering off beneath the barrier to escape.
How good would it have been if the guard had shot him in the back right then? Bring it full circle.
The guard is Dragon in disguise.
Another.
Let's
Be,
give this
if that
here.
was Dragon in disguise, I think there would be an irreversible crash out at that point. After that, he's done it again. Think.
Yes. I said no more, and he immediately did it again.
Zamzanik end. It would have been.
Oh no. Grateful, Irons said casually. Yes, you should be. I have returned from the dead to save the world. Come here. Let me love you. You are a monster, Muzazi continued, looking towards the floor, his eyes hidden by the shadow of his hair. You've just demonstrated that to me clearly. Your words, your actions, not one part of you is even close to redeemable. The judgment seeks to judge. An hour of comedy. Yes, I'm laughing, Muzazi agreed, his voice deadpan, his mouth a flat line. I'm really very happy right now. You know, you're not someone I have betrayed. You're not someone I failed. You're not someone I care for or pity or dread. He pushed harder, and Irons found even his huge bulk skidding backwards on the floor. Choi Muzazi looked up, and his eyes were wide with resolve. You're a monster I can slay without regret, he growled, tiny thrusters popping into existence all over his body. Radiant, almighty. It wasn't the finest light Atoy Muzazi had ever produced, but it was enough to bathe the room in white.
I think I'm about to be out of a job. You did really good, especially the again. That was really good, Weiser. Wow.
I took inspiration from your delivery of Avaman's breakdown in 11.43.
I'm flattered, but you absolutely killed that.
Why, thank you.
I
very
don't
good,
know if
yes.
Zoe is in DSCP. Do you have the Aetheral Questions channel pulled up, Dan? Oh, here it is. Oh, fuck, there's so many. Hold on. I'm looking for my message. We left off here. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Alright. Time for Time asks, could the killing arts have been developed before / without Aether?
Yes, they could have been, but they were developed in response to Aether, so they weren't.
It's very funny to me because they're such like a Baki shonen thing, and no one in our world's history had clearly come up with them in our time being
Has
around.
locked in, surely.
There was new anatomy discovered. There were paths to the human body.
Once you got
previously
gene tyrants and you know how all that shit works, that to that degree, then they came up with killing arts
found
based
that-
on that research.
That actually is kind of interesting because a lot of modern medicine has been founded because of like unfortunate war atrocities. I do wonder, with all the horrible shit gene tyrants did, they probably did like unparalleled medical science discoveries.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, muscles can do this. You just have to want it bad enough.
I discovered this by making muscle men.
Yeah. All
Their
right,
life is pain.
Alright, I'm trying to find... Here we go. Okay. Lan asks, what does Elysian Fields look like now after all the damage it's sustained? I bet it's a tourist spot.
Um, it's basically, well, the actual battlefield is off limits, and it's never been a planet that has much on it. It's the plan
think
is
so,
to
yes.
build a big memorial at some point when the body gets around to it.
Real quick, just to check, Tan, I think we did these ones, but some old ones from Stift. We asked if Gene Tyrants can be killed by Black Meteor, right?
Yes, we answered that one.
Yeah, okay. MT2K1 asks, is Dragon still weak to info dumps?
Yes, not as weak, but yes.
And then Wiser, if you'd like to ask your very own questions.
I asked, are the names of the old demons of the dawn related to their Aether cores?
Yes, so their Aether cores are their names, or close enough that they've sort of shifted over time to be those names. Not Aether cores haven't shifted; their names have shifted. Like maybe Wisdom's Aether core is not Wisdom exactly, but it's something neighbouring it, and that over time that has
The feeling of
slipped to
winning an
Wisdom.
intellectual debate.
Actually.
Feeling of
This
actually.
level of reasoning is possible for Wisdom.
Oh. And then Wiser, you had a second question, I believe.
Yeah. Is an Aetheral Infovore possible? For example, an Aether program that jumps from host to host eating memories, or outright making given bit of information inaccessible to anyone?
The former is very possible. Yes, that you could have someone could have an ability that's like a little Aether imp. They shoot into someone else and have it eat their memories. But with these memories, unless you have some method of directly messing with someone's brain to accomplish this, generally that's only going to work on other Aether users where you're sort of attacking the backup of their memories and having those backups then be uploaded to their body, basically, which then erases that memory effectively.
So
and again,
one last
making it like a global sensor with Aether as well, that would only affect other Aether users generally. Again, unless you have some actual method of messing with someone's head to stop them from noticing something
an
specific.
Infovore would absolutely rip apart the Ingansi thing they have with their shared cultural information.
Oh yeah, that would be a big target.
Verb, we're off to cause a K-class scenario.
All right, last question from Quaker, and I also have something I want to add or suggest to this, but I want to ask you first. Quaker asks, are there famous hypothetical concepts for an Aether armament that's never been successfully made, like an armament version of Der Freischütz?
Well, there has been rumors this isn't so much something that people have actually tried to make, but it's wouldn't this be a nice idea? Is an Aether armament that can just take away someone's Aether.
Yeah. I had an idea for one that I bet the Supremacists tried that's never worked.
Oh yeah?
Hear me out. A nuke that only harms your enemies. And the reason is because it's so hard to define, because, people are people. What is an enemy versus an ally? That it's just never been done.
Interesting. You should probably have a whitelist system, I suppose.
Yeah. Everyone has to wear the tag.
It's please add me to the whitelist for not being nuked.
Oh shit, we forgot to add his account. He's been vaporized to Adam.
I'm afraid our incompetent officer accidentally went off the whitelist. We don't know what happened.
Me when I forget my whitelist bracelet from the Aether News.
I'm gut.
Literally.
Me making sure to give the people I don't like fake bracelets.
Maybe this is why it didn't work out.
And then I'm going to leave off here, just so we have some for tomorrow. But I think with that, we're all good to go. Wiser, do you have anything you want to promote or talk about before we end the episode? All you.
Well, okay, read Aetheral Space Downpour if you haven't already.
Hey, Sobex?
Yes.
Remember when Sobek was all cocky, I'm going to finish this arc by the end of the month, and then just did not?
But it was
Still
peak
has
fiction.
not.
I'm so mad because it's genuinely probably the best Aether fanfic, and I think it's really good, and I just don't know if Sobek will ever finish it.
I would
That's why there's
encourage
so
him
many
to keep
references
going.
to it.
Yeah, 100%. Didn't you
still
make a
so
fic
much.
recently? I haven't gotten the chance to read it yet, but I saw you or someone posted something.
Oh yes, Queen of Cobwebs.
Queen of Cobwebs. Is that about our girl, the Spider Girl from ASRP?
Yes.
Very nice. Yeah, you'll have to send that to me later.
Alright.
Okay, Tan, anything you want to promote? I know you do some stuff on the internet, I guess.
Superman has recently come out on digital release. Check it out. I recommend it.
It's so good. It's so good. And they released a lot of the scenes on YouTube, too, to watch.
Yeah,
I
I've
can't
watched
recommend
the terrific
Superman enough.
scenes so many times.
Have you seen Weapons yet?
I've not yet, no.
Oh my god, go see it now, hurry!
I can't.
Why? Do they not allow weapons? Oh, they don't have weapons in Europe, that's right. They're banned.
Exactly. There's no weapons at all.
Do you have a license to go see Weapons?
That's why we all have to train.
I know you need to watch Weapons because the reveal of how Weapons works, I think you would fuck with Heavy. Very good.
Okay, clearly, weapons not being legal in Europe. Clearly, the killing arts were invented by a
Exactly.
European.
We have
Yes.
those here, so that's why
Yeah.
I don't think it's like notable.
You have those fists without a fist license.
That's when we fight.
Yeah. All
We're just
right.
fighting some
Well, I think
Ultraman.
we're gonna leave off there. Tan, if you can send me your MP3 ASAP, I'll edit that together real quick, and then we're gonna go eat
No
breakfast or
problem. Should I
lunch,
send
I
it
guess.
to you on this account, or?
Yes, if you don't mind. Just because I recorded
Okay.
this on Zoe's machine, so I gotta.
Well,
set
yeah,
it
no
up.
problem. Just so I know it's.
All right.
I will
Well,
do
thank
so.
you all for watching, and as always, if you're enjoying, please leave a review on Royal Road or Spotify. We appreciate it so much, and we'll
I'll
see
be
you
so
next
happy.
time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, kittens. No, don't put on.
All right. Well, now you ruined it.
Goodbye,
Nice job. You
kitten.
ruined it.
Let
Oh,
me
no.
love you.